Okay, so as far as what cryptocurrencies do or where you can use them at, can you explain about how you go about using cryptocurrencies in the real world?
On everything I know so far, there is a few ways, not including, but the most important. I guess we should just go ahead and discuss that now. So the most important way is to actually use the actual currencies, cryptocurrencies, directly, which would require stores to have wallets, and also point of sales. Now, one of the coolest features to crypto is that you have wallets. Now, I don't know if people are getting into it now. One of the most important things is as you're uh, exchanging your money, whatever it is, dollars, yen, whatever it is you're exchanging, uh, it's on exchange. So you want to be able to pull it off the exchange, so you have to have a wallet. There are cold wallets, and there are, I guess they call them warm wallets, well, where you use an app wallet. So
Yeah.
in El Salvador right now, they do accept those things as currency. So you'll be able to use, I know directly, Bitcoin as of right now, or also known as Satoshis. Uh, so you'll be able to use from a wallet or an app to make payments like that. Now, here in the States, United States, we have uh, companies like Visa and MasterCard, and they do all behind the scenes work. They take through an app, they take your currency, you're essentially exchanging your currencies for them to make payments in cash for your purchases. So those are the two ways. And of course, there's the old barter system where you exchange one thing for the next. So if
Yeah.
someone's willing to accept cryptocurrencies, of course, you can do an exchange wallet for whatever it is that you're exchanging for. So, I want to buy, I don't know, some corn off you, and you say you'll sell me 50 ears of corn, for 10 XRP or something, right?
Yeah.
So then, therefore, I send you 10 XRP to your wallet address, and you give me the corn, and we're good. Business is done. You know. So that I'm aware of right now, I'll say those three. Those are three ways that I'm aware of.
Okay. And when it comes to the wallets themselves, um, I guess if people's heard anything about Bitcoin is how, you know, certain wallets or whatever have been broken into. So I guess it's more important to have a wallet that's secure on your phone versus on the exchange.
Yeah. So definitely. In dealing with exchanges, it's just like dealing with a bank. That's why we have what the FDIC, which is federally insured banks that insure up to so much money in a bank, depending on how much money you have, and I guess depending on who you are. So a bank, we have our paychecks directly deposited, and so your check gets directly deposited into the bank, and then it's in the custody of the bank. And nine tenths of the law always is, you know,
Yeah.
whose hands it's in, right?
Yeah.
Possession. So at that point, an exchange is no different. It does the same thing. You're going to exchange the currency on the exchange for the next currency, and if you leave it sitting there, it's in their possession. And again, nine tenths of the law, as well as if somebody wants to hack and make plenty of money, they only need to hack one of the wallets that they're after in the exchange, and then inside the exchange, that's how inside the exchange, that's how they're making money.
Yeah.
Now, you holding a wallet is not the same thing. When you're holding a wallet, what's happening is somebody has to figure out how to crack the code and break into your wallet, and then you having your own wallet is no different uh, than a whole lot of people having wallets. So in dealing with the wallet, the the wallet itself has to be hacked
Yeah.
versus an exchange. So yeah,
Making it
I wouldn't leave it on the exchange.
making it a lot more secure, basically.
It's more secure in your custody, yeah, because with a wallet you have there's two different ways I've seen so far of today. So uh, e- the XRP ledger they create a wallet called XUM XUMM,
Hmm.
and they use numbers, a numeric key set, and numbers, and then most other wallets use 12-word seed phrase.
Okay.
So if I've got to guess your 12 words for your particular wallet, and there's like millions of wallets out there, I mean, and it's going to be hard,
It's going to be
very
pretty much
hard,
impossible.
pretty much. But I hear a lot of people talking about these new computers. What are they called? The new computers. Oh my goodness, um, they're not even really considered computers. Quantum. They say quantum computers will be able to hack Bitcoin, so on and so forth. So possible, I don't know. I don't dabble in that stuff, but that's some of the talk out there now.
Okay. And
Hmm.
let me see. When it comes to the cryptocurrencies, how many are there?
So as of right now, if we do a count, I mean, we can get on something like CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap, we can see about 11,500 different cryptocurrencies that exist right now, and more being created. Um, so to begin to try to understand what's good and what's not with that, and how many things are out there, that's kind of, again, you're trying to hack wallets. Now, Ethereum, when you deal with Ethereum, when you're creating um, these currencies off Ethereum, a lot of those currencies are running off Ethereum. As we talk about the 11,000, but then you have other networks that are created. So, eh, you know, the number could go drastically higher. A lot of them are going to fall off, maybe, and a lot more will be created in this process. So right now it's 11,005, but it can go up and down. We'll
Yeah.
just watch that as it goes every day.
So if a person is they of course everybody's heard of Bitcoin, but if they're not familiar with getting into the process of buying or trying to get whatever they like, whatever makes them tingle, I would say, how do they know how to narrow the search?
So one of the important things in dealing with trying to figure out what's going on with these cryptocurrencies is just trying to understand what they are first. So let me see. These currencies have jobs. They do things,
Yeah.
and so right now we look at 11,500 plus. A lot of them kind of doing the same thing. We kind of you'll have to spend your time looking at these currencies, right? So most of them have slash or .ios. So now, for example, we'll say like something I usually do. A currency comes out, and let's say it's Jack currency, and so what I'll do is I'll type in a Google search Jack Jack coin, right? And so when we do something like that, it'll bring us to a web page if it's an actual currency that's real, and then from there, what I like to do is just view the whole page, see how much information's there, see if time and effort was put into it, and see if there are any partners or if there's anything to show us that this is going somewhere, and more or less how important their currency's use is, you know, and
Yeah.
that'll kind of hone in what we should be or what we feel, because what you feel like after research and how you feel about that will determine if you should be converting your dollars or whatever your currency is into another currency. They're just currencies, and we're just going from one to the next.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Solana website right now. Their homepage.
Hmm.
Just get a feel
Hmm.
for just how you can go and basically do your research on the company itself to see exactly how it's going to be a useful commodity later on down the road.
Mm. And I'm not sure if the term, if we can use the term company, that might be kind of misleading. I
Yeah,
think that would probably be into stocks. So,
yeah,
I think what is this? Their their ledger, their network, their system. So I wouldn't trying to hone down on the correct term. And I only say that because when we're using these terms, it's a lot of stuff going on. We know with the United States cryptocurrencies and other nations with cryptocurrencies, and none of them have really honed down on what these things are.
yeah.
So the terminology is kind of what we're waiting on to determine
Who
what these
regulates them,
currencies
basically?
are for the regulation.
Yeah,
Yes. So if we say company, it's kind of like, what are we saying? Is this like a stock and there's a company and we're trying to invest in a stock in a company, even though there's nobody there to be that, right? So a ledger or a network, there's really nobody that runs it. It's a network, right? So like the XRP ledger. So XRP ledger, it's just a block information block a chain a blockchain of information, and things travel up and down it. So there's really nobody responsible for it, but there's a company called Ripple that that's kind of attached to it, I guess you'd say, right?
yeah,
There's a technology and there's a tech company that now what in the beginning I believe Ripple didn't exist. It was just a ledger. And then from this springs out a company called Ripple, right?
yeah.
So then we have this whole situation with the courts, all right? So again, with our words, I'm trying to understand this, but I think uh, if if we're dealing with a company, we're dealing with a form of stock. So there, there's systems, right?
Yeah.
And a system doesn't necessarily have to have people run it. It runs itself, and this is where artificial intelligence comes in, and this is why smart contracts are so important, and this is why we have to know what we're looking at when we go through those pages.